This is one of the most prominent homes in central Kentucky, located just a couple of blocks off the Elizabethtown main square. This is the house on Helm. It has underwent a massive revitalization and a renovation, and Joy Swope is one of the co-owners here. You've been kind of leading the way on this. Stunning inside. It's used for so many wonderful events, but there's a rich history here too. Tell us about that.
Yes, the son of one of the 3 founding families of Elizabethtown built this as one of the first brick homes in town, and he was a lawyer and a banker and a politician, and they would host dinner parties where they were described as a feast of reason and a flow of soul. So we're excited to bring back that sense of entertaining to the community.
Joy, you grew up in Elizabethtown, you moved away, then came back. Why did you want to purchase this home?
I was gone for 23 years and said I wasn't ever coming back to a small town again, and I lived in places like New York and Charlotte. But at some point when you have a family, you think about your roots and how that is part of your personal development. And so we came back to visit family, and we saw the house and fell in love.
Let's talk a little bit about the renovation, because wow, what an undertaking here. You know, the exterior, you want to stay very true to the bones and the history of the home, but what is it like on the inside?
We have married modern and eclectic for an unexpected experience.
That's all the teas we need. We cannot wait. Let's take a tour. Okay. All right, we're stepping into the foyer, and immediately when you walk in, Joy, you know things are different with the renovation. It's beautiful and modern and eclectic, and that's exactly how you want people to feel when they walk in.
We do. We want them to feel welcomed and surprised, and to feel like they're kind of stepping into an art gallery where they're going to interact with some of the pieces that we have here.
The art here is certainly the centerpiece, and that was done very intentionally. Tell me about that.
It was. We want people to feel like they're stepping into a gallery and that they're interacting with the art, and so we commissioned some pieces that relate to the home, and we have a gallery exchange program through Zephyr Gallery in Louisville, and then we've also acquired some original Helm family pieces.
Tell me about this room.
This is the Orchid Room, and it was named in honor of one of the families that we acquired the home from. They owned it for 120 years and 5 generations, and one of the gentlemen that lived here for a long time was an orchid grower and had a greenhouse in the backyard.
We have to talk about the color because it's gorgeous. There's just a lot of bold things happening in this room.
We wanted it to be really striking, even though this is a traditional parlor, and the custom wallpaper was designed as a modern interpretation of florals, since it is the Orchid Room.
All right, Joy, we're stepping into the bar area here. This is a fun room, and you really designed it with that in mind, because this is obviously used, you know, for weddings and special events. Kind of tell me what the feel you were going for here.
We wanted to give it a moody, smoky feel instead of another traditional parlor, and so it is a room where you don't spend a lot of time, but we want you to really appreciate it.
Love it. And again, just thoughtful pieces of art. Let's talk about the stained glass panels.
So we commissioned those to, again, honor the orchids that were grown on site, but in the roots of the plants are the dates when the house changed ownership.
All right, music lovers, if you love U2 and you love Bono, this is almost a throwback to your love of this band too. Talk about that.
It is. I found an artist out of San Francisco who does pop trash portraits, and so we found things in construction in the cellar and took things out of the house and sent it to him and had him create this piece, and then incorporated some of our own personal history from our family.
Stepping outside into this beautiful space, I mean, Joy, relaxing immediately, and that's what you want people to feel. Talk about designing this space.
So these are the outdoor gardens, and we want, once they mature, for them to feel like a private courtyard where you can come and relax by the fire or spend time by the fountain. That was actually originally a pool. That was a silo that was cut and installed in the 50s as the first in-ground pool in Hardin County, and we wanted to honor that with the water feature.
Did you have a relative that would go swimming in there?
My dad actually swam in that
okay.
pool, yes, as a kid.
And so you still have kind of that original space. You can see a little bit of the history of it there.
Yes, we wanted to honor what was installed, but also create a new sunken garden there.
You know what I love too, just about learning more about the house on Helm. You're honoring the history, you're making it modern and eclectic, and you're also making sure that you're sending a message. This is an inclusive space. That's very important to you.
It is. We want the community, everyone in the community, to feel very welcome here.
You know, Joy, I just see so many wonderful details everywhere, and that's just not in the space. That also reflects the level of service you want to offer people when they rent out the house on Helm.
So we're just trying to create an elevated experience for our guests and clients, and we want you to understand that the level of detail that we've put into the home is what we would put into your event.
Thank you so much for showing us around. We loved it.
Thank you for being here.
To get started, go to thehouseonhelm.com.